Thank you so much for coming to Radhadesh. It was such a big blessing, and considering that you speak both Dutch, you probably speak French, I'm not sure.
Dutch.
I remember you from ILS some 10 to 15 years ago,
yes.
And a lot of things were going on for strategic planning. And what is interesting is that a lot of things moved on from there on. You know, the book was published about Prabhupada as the Founder-Ācārya, and I just wanted to see how in your personal devotional attitude you position Śrīla Prabhupāda as the Founder-Ācārya for new devotees, for those who are not even devotees, who we meet on the street.
Okay, so basically we're looking at my position, how I see Prabhupada in our movement. Of course, it's really a question of how does he see me in the movement?
That's right. Yeah.
You know, he's the founder, right? So that's significant. I mean, I like to tell new people that here's our leader, one who started everything, got the whole ball rolling. Here's somebody who's the teacher. We follow his books, his directives. He set the trend, and he's carrying over an old tradition, and he's to be given the credit for doing it all. And all we really need to do, simple task, is to follow what he wanted us to do.
Yeah,
that's all. I personally
you put it simple terms. You don't make it into a complex kind of structure.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. I mean, it's kind of like he's our Jesus Christ.
You see, there is a motto which was used for many, many years, keeping Prabhupada in the center.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I see scenarios or even situations where it may not be the way
it's not manifesting.
Well, even if you do say and do keep Prabhupada in the center, it may not be Prabhupada is in the center. When I say this, I just remember this 1978 photograph. I wasn't there. I was barely, I was 10-year-old. But there was a photograph that Prabhupada was in the center. Mm-hmm. And there were another 11 acharyas around him. So he was definitely the center of the situation. Mm-hmm. But it was not exactly Prabhupada who was the worshipable guru at the time. What does it look in the practice that Prabhupada is in the center? Where does it become just a show?
I think if we want to correct something that is wrong, and when I say it's wrong, I mean when if we consider there's substitutes for him.
Yeah, like a replacement.
Yeah, a replacement. Yeah. As if he's not around, but he never left us. Well, what I'd like to see personally is that if we could change a few things in our culture.
Yeah.
Say, for instance, when someone comes to the movement, a new person, I think we need to make it clear that Prabhupada is their guru.
Exactly.
Very clear.
Yes.
He's everyone's guru.
Yeah.
He's a Shiksha guru.
It's not like somebody comes and, oh, you have no guru, Prabhu.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no deficiency here. So I would like to see a few things change, like a little more emphasis on the role of Shiksha. If we look at the teachings of Bhaktivedanta Swami, he seemed to say Shiksha is more important than Diksha.
Absolutely, yeah.
So right now it's a little bit like a little bit of a grand show.
The Ritvikism and the zonal acharyas had the same emphasis on Diksha. Instead of emphasizing Prabhupada's teachings, Prabhupada's Vani, Prabhupada's being alive in his books, it's almost like okay, that's all good, but Diksha is more important.
Yeah.
So that's why, people say,
Well, I'll just tell you some experience that I have.
Yeah.
Is that when I go to some place, a new place for me, and I haven't been there, and people are new to me, or new individuals have joined the movement, some young fellow or young woman will just say, "Oh, Hare Krishna Maharaj, my name is such and such Devi Dasi, or my name is such and such Das, and I'm a disciple of blah 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 Swami," or something like that. I would personally love to hear us say, "I am so and so, and I'm a follower of Śrīla Prabhupāda."
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly. Because
Prabhupada should be just in the atmosphere. It's like when we read segments of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is to be seen in the water and the light of the sun and the moon, and he's to be seen in all things, the shark and the water, etc., etc. We in ISKCON said, "This Prabhupada, he's around. This chair is connected to him. This table is connected to him."
Yes, absolutely.
It should be a little bit like that. Like he's the major influencer. I would like if we could do that and get a little bit. Say just some things we can just change very quickly. It's not a big deal. Like you write an article for Bhagavad Gita, for the Bhaktivedanta magazine, or anything like that, and then there's a little bio of you as the writer, and so is a disciple. Da 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 da. Why we don't need all that stuff?
Exactly.
It's not necessary.
Yeah, he joined ISKCON at
such and then place, maybe.
He started reading Prabhupada's books and such and such time.
Yeah.
He was initiated, and he is a faithful follower of Prabhupada. Why do we need to put the name of a guru there? It doesn't make sense.
The reason why for the changes is so we can stay intact as a culture, as a tradition. Otherwise, it'll get very divisible.
Okay.
We'll get divided.
Quite a few disciples of not Prabhupada, meaning they were not initiated by Prabhupada, who joined in 78, 79, 81, 82, 83, and evolve from this period where they were disciple of such and such, and then it's connected to what you said. They put in a brackets A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupāda as if they were initiated by Prabhupada. And that's a moot point because because that usually means that you were actually given japamala by Prabhupada or given a name in a letter by Prabhupada. So why would they do that? What's the underlying culture that makes person claim to be initiated by Prabhupada when they were actually not?
Well, I guess people have an affection for him. And if they were a contemporary of Prabhupada, they would feel a very special bond, right? So that should be honored. If you change the rules a little bit and just say like everyone's basically under the shelter of the Acharya for this movement, then it solves many problems.
By the way, it's changed, I think, in 98, or they included those who were initiated by Siddha Swarup. They included in the list of Prabhupada disciples. Before that, they were also not allowed. But then it was because they were initiated during Prabhupada's presence, then they became in the list of Prabhupada disciples. So it's not really such a wrong thing to claim to be, to put Prabhupada's name after yours and say, I am disciple. It's because you're Shiksha disciple. There's nothing wrong with that, isn't it? What do you think? Because it's a tricky one.
Well, I mean, for old people in the movement, it'd be nice to say, I'm a Prabhupada Nuga.
Yes, absolutely.
Haribol.
That.
Glory be, hallelujah. Otherwise, we just have these little groupies and you have little cults all over the place. Better have one big cult.
Exactly. Yeah, that's something that unites. Say you have disciples, and you have really qualified disciples from Indian background, from Brahminical families. There is a likelihood they will become Diksha gurus. There's nothing wrong with that. It's really good. And their disciples will become Diksha gurus. And the preaching will go on. But the question is whether they will, for their disciples, represent you or Śrīla Prabhupāda.
Well, you're asking. Well, we should, it's a matter of training, right? Education from the beginning, from the get-go.
Yes.
And just say, listen, here you're a Prabhupada follower.
Yes, follower.
We're all under him, under his shelter. Therefore, Prabhupada Nuga.
Okay,
And
but
something like that.
when they initiate, for example, their grand disciples will initiate, will they say that I am representing Prabhupada for you, or I am representing this guru who is disciple of this guru who is disciple of Bhakti Marga Swami?
I think the easiest thing to do is to just say that, we're all under Prabhupada's shelter, and there might be a few other small details.
Yes.
Like one person, the other day, he told me, on my birthday, we had a little birthday, Vyasa Puja, they call it,
Yeah.
Birthday
I know, birthday
program.
celebration, yes.
Yeah. And, he recently got Diksha, and he said, well, I got Diksha.
Okay.
I said, well, he was on his birthday over the Zoom call.
Okay.
He's just from another continent,
Oh,
right?
wow.
Not like I was in Canada and he was somewhere else. And he said, I got Diksha from so-and-so,
Yes.
but you are my actual guru because I spend I spend a lot of time with him.
Yes.
I spent in the dramas
Yeah, of
and
course,
all this. So, I was touched, of course, So I just think he kind of got it.
Yeah, that's
It's a little bit like that. So I don't think we're the first people in the world that have had to tackle these issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you look, Ramanuja,
or even Bhaktivedanta
Madhava,
Saraswati himself.
that it's, why don't we take some examples, look at what's already been established, as precedents.
Madhva's line is very much like this. It's like everybody who is Acharya is sitting on the seat of Acharya, and they say, no, this is the seat of Madhva. This is not my seat. I just sit here and tell exactly what Madhva
I think that would be a very healthy attitude.
Yeah.
We start with Prabhupada.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to know a few of the small, minor details. Oh yeah, I got Prabhupada is guru, but I happened to get initiated by blah, blah, blah. If you need to say much.
Well, if somebody
Right
asks you who gave you such a beautiful name, you tell probably who gave you the name. But
and it's like I was raised Catholic, so Jesus was the main dude.
Exactly, not Peter.
And then there was Mother Teresa, there's St. Peter who started the church, and then there's this guy and that guy, and there's the whole multitude of persons to honor, which the more you go with Christianity to the east, closer you get to India, the more Vedic you get.
Okay.
Some in practice, right?
Well, I didn't want to ask this, but it's just because my friend from New Zealand, he's also from Ukraine, by the way, so he kind of got me thinking, because I kind of was telling him about, Founder-Ācārya project we have, Śrīla Prabhupāda Position Committee, and all those things, and he got real skeptical. I don't know how you would respond to this. He got like, they will make a Jesus out of him in 10 years. And so he went almost like Prabhupada wouldn't want to become a Jesus, but they will make him into Jesus. How do you respond to that?
Because, well, Jesus meaning the main
like
guru.
Like almost God or something.
No, not God. That Prabhupada made that clear.
Yes,
he was very focused.
Yeah, I don't remember this.
Yeah, there's a few instances, with
Brahmananda loves him so much.
He got all of his GBC members together, and he sat them in a room. Do you know what they're saying about me?
I don't know this.
That I'm Krishna,
that was the New Vrindavan controversy.
Yeah. There are a few leaders like that,
Well,
so that's why you have to make things clear.
Yeah.
You have to make things clear in the training, in the education from the beginning, who's who and what's what.
But is there a possibility of mission drift and making him into the, like Swami Narayana kind of figure? Like they have in Hinduism. In the beginning, Swami Narayana was very much, like a
normal, nice guy.
Guru, nice guy. Well, sometimes little faking, but more or less, he changed the mantra, added a couple of hands, but in essence, he was not saying he's the absolute truth and God, But now it's like, at least in one branch of Swami Narayana, it's.
Well, I think as long as we don't distort the philosophy that Krishna is God,
yes,
Haribol,
then he will not really become a Jesus. It's just Jesus-like figure, but not really Jesus of Catalan.
Person.
Yes,
yes. He'll be godly.
Yes.
He'll be the main influencer for many years to come.
And some misinterpret Founder-Ācārya, the term that is used towards Prabhupada, saying that, oh, he's a Founder-Ācārya, but there could be many more Acharyas. He's not not founders. Do you see that there is a danger that a great Acharya may come in the future, and Prabhupada will move to the background, and once Prabhupada's disciples are passed away and their disciples passed away, would you see that there is a danger?
I think there's always the danger for anything in any institution. As long as human beings are involved, expect danger. And expect to live in fear. But I think that therefore you have to lay down, the position, the post for everybody. Just like in the Bhagavatam, you have go through these chapters, genealogical tables, and who's married to who, and I think it's a little bit like that. Yeah, there's going to be many years, but from the beginning, I think we need to, if it's ISKCON, and we are very, very assertive about that, or we should be assertive about the fact that ISKCON is it, and it goes by certain characteristics, and that Prabhupada is the one in the center, in as far as possible, like expressed not legislatively, he is there, he is the main person, but also we can try to cultivate that in our heart. Which is usually done through listening. Like with our technology, the way it is now. We're hearing from him. We're looking at his pictures. A lot of things can happen from icons and pictures and images and murtis, So that's the importance of having them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, images always mean a lot. Paris. What is Paris?
Yeah, I know. It's visual, almost symbol of Paris.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
I went to Paris once, and I was very tired from the flight, and they took me to the kirtan party right off from the airport. And I said, okay, Maharaj, it's here. And I looked, and I just went like that.
It's there. It's almost mnemonic symbol of Paris.
Yeah. It has become.
Okay.
But there's nothing wrong with it.
Yes.
You need to identify it.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. And you have nice logos with Prabhupada in the center, that UGBC logos are connected to Prabhupada. It's really inspiring.
I think one thing that will help out too, like, let's look at some of our resolutions that we put out there. When it comes to Vyasa Pujas, it should not exceed, the pomp and circumstance should not exceed that of Prabhupada's,
Yeah, I know it's a little bit hard to translate in life, I have to be honest.
Yeah.
I know that it took 10 years in Mayapur to make Prabhupada Vyasa Puja 5-day Vyasa Puja, because another Vyasa Puja was 4-day. But it takes time.
Yes, it does.
One interesting thing, it's from Mayapur. I heard it from Malati. She was a GBC. She came down on Prabhupada Vyasa Puja day, which is next day after Janmashtami. And she saw a kind of senior brahmachari just getting a cake, and he just eating the cake, and it was like, wow, it's Prabhupada Vyasa Puja, we're all fasting here, Prabhus. So, and she turned to him and says, well, look, it's Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja day. And he turned to her and said, well, he's your guru, so you're fasting, it's not my guru.
I don't know, I think it'll help. Like, I do this, maybe I haven't done every time, but when I do Diksha for someone, I say, so listen, you're getting initiated into ISKCON, into our culture and our tradition, which is a wonderful one. And you're getting initiated and recognizing that Prabhupada is your main guru. And I'm just a little fry. I'm just using a terminology. I am a guru, I'm a little guru. And Prabhupada is the big one. So let it be known in the beginning. There are certain things that, maybe disciples have heard that, but they don't always, apply it. necessarily
It's hard,
100%,
yes.
because all around them there's the culture of pressure
Yes.
on.
And there's everything overflows from the 70s, from 80s, and they kind of go around, and there's Gaudiya Math, and there's this kind of gurus, and from that kun, and they're just really confused, I would say. Maybe. It's not so easy. And I'm grateful that you do that, because at least I know a couple of your older disciples, and they're very grateful that you gave them this attitude. It's really, really helpful.
Yes. And had we established that in the beginning, we may have saved a lot of people who went very much to the right,
yes,
or to the left, you know.
Yes.
I think that going in the middle is where the truth lies, you know. Sattva-gun is in the middle, Rajagun is way over here, and Tamagun is way over there. But it's really down the center where the truth lies, and that means, you know, being not extreme as a Ritvik individual, or not being extreme in the other way. I think a lot of people are just soft Ritviks in some way.
Well, we have this chapter of zonal acharyas in ISKCON. We cannot deny this.
Yeah.
It was very productive.
There's nothing wrong with zonal.
Okay, so
There's
zonal
nothing
guru,
wrong.
it's okay.
There's nothing wrong with doing things zonally. That's what Prabhupada did.
Okay,
I like the local guru model. It's much better.
Yeah, village guru, temple guru.
Yeah, somebody east down the road.
Yes.
I got a problem, I go over there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't have to wait for once a year when he flies in his saffron airplane.
Yeah.
You know, it's just somebody who's very accessible.
Accessible, pure, and very humble. Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't have to have a big profile.
Yes,
it's not required to have a big profile. Like one year, I was GBC at the time for all of Canada, and I asked for a meeting in Sharanagati, our forum community.
Yes.
And I asked for the Prabhupada disciples to come and let's just talk about something that's important to us. And I said, which some of you consider being gurus, you know what I mean? As in the sense of giving guidance. Most of you are already guiding people.
Yes.
Why not consider formalizing it a little bit, you know? And then we can keep our local people, instead of losing them to going over there somewhere. And you go there, your family goes there, your money goes there, and all this.
Yeah,
I think it's better to that village concept, more local. So there's nothing wrong with zonal. We demonize that. Zonal Acharya, stop that. That has to stop.
Yeah.
That's it's a misnomer.
Okay.
And it's the Acharya concept, like I'm a big shot now.
Exactly, yes.
Nothing wrong with zonal.
Zonal guru is just a very appropriate term, but zonal acharya is the problem. This is probably the root, when somebody don't humbly put himself as a teacher or a guru or as you say, small guru, but rather as almost equal footing as Prabhupada, and that probably is a scary bit.
I think it's like celebrities who sometimes dub themselves with a name like, I'm the king of pop, or I'm the king of rock, and I'm the king of this or the queen of that, and they forget they're human, and they usually lose sight of that.
I know.
They get caught up in, I love my audience before I love anybody else.
Yes.
And they really suffer a lot. They don't have a normal life. Okay. They can't handle all the attention.
But in the same time, I have to be honest with you, projects which are centered on Prabhupada are usually get less support and less attention than personal projects which are headed by a particular celebrity type guru. So the more guru is a celebrity type, the more support he gets, the more money he has, more followers. It's almost like a machine that produces more disciples, more influence. And
Well, we're sitting here at Radha Desh.
Yes.
I don't think that's the case.
Oh, Radha Desh is not, yes.
I think it's a very successful program.
Oh, yeah.
And Prabhupada's, been at the focal point.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's how it started. That's where it is right now.
Okay, well, we are sitting in Bhagavan's room, right? Okay. And some of Prabhupada's disciples came to me and they said that we are very grateful to Bhagavan because he gave us this service we could not render to Prabhupada directly. We could not do any menial service to Prabhupada. We saw him twice or once, but like ironing the socks and ironing the dhoti and worshipping or bringing prasadam.
What are you left with then? Is Prabhupada here or Bhagavan Das here?
That's what I'm trying to get.
What's
but you
left?
see, yeah.
Let's just, long live Śrīla Prabhupāda. I mean, it should always be like that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but
maybe it's not misunderstood in the beginning. Yeah, I mean, you'll get influential people. You get people who are got that charisma and they get things done. But I guess it would be up to them to make sure that, let's give the credit to the founder.
Yes. Well, it's almost like we are leaving it in the hands of the charismatic leaders to follow Prabhupada, or at some point say, okay, I cannot do it anymore. I want to have my new Vrindavan for myself. I am the Founder-Ācārya of New Vrindavan. That's it. Don't come here. I am a big, I have more than you have, and I'm greater than you have.
Well, before someone gets bigger than life, let's get that in the educational system. Let's make it very clear to everybody, and that all the gurus are saying the same thing.
Thank you.
I think it's really important.
Thank you, and thank you for a personal example of
I don't know about that,
but meaning. Not in the sense that you are like an ideal guru, not in this sense, not that you are ideal disciple, but in a sense that you don't inflate your status, and you kind of, as you said in the
I'm just a
initiation,
balloon. There's a little bit of something there, but
but that's, you see, that actually creates hope, because then we hope for future generations to be like.
Again, we talked about zonal acharya. It's the charya with a capital A that was a problem for us.
But acharya as an example is not a problem. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like humble acharya, humble guru.
Yes.
Perhaps a local guru. And I don't know where people stand with female guru.
I am all for female gurus.
I live in the room where Prabhupada said that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were in that room where he said...
I wasn't in the room with that, but I live in the room where he said that. I was in Toronto. Yes, there are some female gurus, not many, but there are some. Then he gave an example, Jin and his wife, and so on like that. When he's speaking to Professor Joseph T. O'Connell.
Oh, right. Yes. Oh, that's a famous conversation.
Yeah, he said, I think, it twice in the conversation.
Exactly.
He said it right in the room where I deliver the classes,
Yeah. Wow, that's really powerful.
And that sticks with us. And I'm, what is wrong?
That actually deflates the position of the puffed up, balloon, as you call it.
Yeah, the rock star.
And then you have like next to you just humble Mataji giving initiation. That actually makes it more down to earth, real.
I mean, most of us were taught by women.
Absolutely.
When we went to school.
I would dare to say that majority of devotees join because female preaching, because ladies are the best preachers to newcomers. They're so caring, they're smiling, they're beautiful, and people are attracted. And I would personally say that, if I see only men in a room, I would probably don't join. I would probably say no. But
I like the idea of a couple.
A couple is the idea.
If I was a new person joining, I'd love to, him and their husband and wife, to get along together. That's what I want.
Exactly, yes. Because that's
That is the tradition.
Yes, it's actually tradition.
Grihastas, it's in the Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yeah, that's Felix Sannyasi's going to do.
It would probably be a better idea. It's not a bad idea. We should think about, good grihastas who are very grounded.
Yes.
They're in one place. They be the gurus.
Yes.
For that area where their locality. Okay. And the swamis are the people that fly in
and travel.
Do their little magic stuff, song and dance, loveliness, and then they move on to the next, and they move on, and no strings attached, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That would be ideal. Not where we're at right now.
I know what you mean,
yes. But it would be best if we got to that level.
Thank you for the social context for that.
For the future.
I am personally all two hands for female Diksha gurus,
Female, male,
or whatever.
just people have got initiated by other people,
Yes.
let them be gurus,
Yes.
even if they're not a Prabhupada disciple.
Maybe that solves quite a few issues of
I think-
grandeur of the Diksha Guru.
Yeah, got to bring it down.
Yes, that's
like
right.
Gopi Purana said, like, demystify the guru.
That's right, it is.
Yeah, I think that I'm telling you now, demystify the guru. I'll say it again, demystify the guru.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't help so much, but anyway, thank you for saying it. But I wanted to ask you a different question. It's about the splinter groups, Ritviks. Okay, if it's all right, because I just recently gave a whole class about how Prabhupada is in a center and he is the real guru. And somebody raised a hand and said, "Senior devotee."
Aren't you a Ritvik?
Sorry?
They asked you, aren't you a Ritvik?
Well, I said, what about it's those who say that you don't need any other gurus except for Prabhupada? I said, that's not what Prabhupada says.
No.
You need many gurus. You have already many gurus. But I wanted to ask you, and that's what I didn't get at that point.
Can I add something, while we're talking?
Yes, please, because
I
that's
mean,
what
in
I
the
want.
Sikh movement, it's like that. They had a chain of gurus that started with Guru Nanak,
Yes.
and then it ended with Guru Govind Singh, right?
Yes.
Then the guru became the book, Guru Granth Sahib,
Yes,
and that's
the
it.
book.
That's
because
what
that was the end of the line. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. You can't end the line. Stop that.
Exactly. Yes. That, and in the same time, you see, what I answered is that I just listened, and that day I listened to a conversation between Prabhupada and Hayagriva about one philosopher who was a founder of many schools in America. He's quite a popular philosopher. So Hayagriva pointed out to Prabhupada that he said that religious movements are good, but not without religious leader. So they said, we need religion, but without religious leaders. That's his his idea. And Prabhupada very quickly, he said, and it was that struck me. He said, that means he wants to be the leader. Those who want to say that should be no leaders, they want to be the leader.
They want to be heard. They need to be heard.
And I was just, because I know Adri, I know MP from Bangalore. Anyway, and I like Kamsaduta, they did not want. They want Prabhupada to be the leader because they want to be the leader.
Right.
That's really the bottom line.
Yeah.
Even those who founded some encyclopedia about Prabhupada, they want to be the leader. They don't want to be part of the system where somebody tells you, okay, you can, initiate after 5 years of waiting time, and we'll check if you're okay. They just want to be the leader now, and then they're ready. Now okay, we don't need any gurus, just Prabhupada, and I'm the leader. That's
right.
That's the bottom line, really, because
It's good analysis.
I know even Tribhuvanath Prabhu. He stopped the car. Somebody was listening in those days in the Walkman and headphones, and when he heard that he's listening to his class, he said, "Stop the car, take out the tape." He said, "Listen to Prabhupada's lectures," and I felt that was encouraging because it has some sense for many generations.
I don't know if you can stop people from recording classes.
No, I'm not saying that.
We always did that, even in Prabhupada's time. We like to hear Achyutananda Swami.
Absolutely,
because he's quite brilliant,
He is very sharp.
or anybody else, of that era.
Yeah,
They had something
there are
to
classes
give.
recorded by Vishnujan Swami. Yes,
Yeah, and we all got inspired by that.
Absolutely.
But we always kept in mind that he was submissive to Prabhupada.
Yes.
And he I think he exuded that in his persona,
Yes.
that Prabhupada's, I'm submissive to Prabhupada, obedient to him.
Yes, and
That carried through.
the discipleship was the key, not the perfection. Yeah, I find that what happened with Zonalacharyas, identify them with Paramahamsas, and immediately that means they achieved perfection, and immediately the lens became very big. Every fold was so visible.
Well, but after Prabhupada left us, it was so surreal. Suddenly there were big chairs, like for the local, Acharya.
You mean Abhyasasanas, right?
And then another one for a visiting Acharya.
A special one, okay.
So there would be Prabhupada,
okay,
which required a big chair, and another big chair, and a third big chair, and most of the temple rooms were like the size of a living room.
American living room,
okay. Is this the way it's supposed to be now? And suddenly, are we supposed to
you probably went through the whole thing,
Oh yeah.
So that
everyone
joined
had a
Guru
name,
Puja, separate Guru Puja.
Yeah. All that stuff. We went through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, gosh.
And it was like overnight. It was kind of like overnight like that. Really, what a shock to the system.
I know. Yeah.
It wasn't real. It wasn't organic.
It
needed to be discussed. We should have listened to people like Pradyumna, Prabhu,
yes, absolutely.
people like that, who had some understanding.
Shastric and knowledge, yes. But they just went for this, and I don't know if it was...
It was opportunistic, and, our GBC men were a little also really confused. They didn't understand their influence.
And the fact is that majority of GBC, if you take majority, they were not gurus. Vasudev and Rupanuga, and many were not actually gurus, but they supported the system.
Yeah. I guess they supported, or they're just not sure. So
exactly,
they it is a system.
I know what you mean. Well, thank you so much. I mean, I don't know can we do more? I feel like you're tired, but at least
No, I'm okay. Mm-hmm. We just have some things that we have to tend to, right?
Okay. But do you think there should be like a separate mechanism that stays in place besides education that prevents any takeover?
Well, I think I was with Sureshwara for a while. About a month ago, we stayed some days in Toronto.
Yes.
And we liked what he did a number of years ago. Said, let's get him to come again.
Yes.
And we went to other centers in Canada, and I think what's going to be helpful to our movement is let everyone take this seminar first.
Okay.
Let Prabhupada Founder-Ācārya.
Yes, because that
and
was...
after that, then
discipleship
you can go,
ISKCON,
disciples can, go more serious towards...
Yeah, so education is really the key.
Yeah, it is. That's what I was saying right in the beginning.
Yes,
the education starts from
thank
get
you so
go.
much. I mean, thank you for repeating that, because I have the same opinion. I just don't know what to do with those who may think, okay, I know everything. Some people come to ISKCON, and especially if they were born in ISKCON, they know everything. So that it's a little hard for them to go through
the
education.
Problem when you meet those people. I'm knowing everything.
Yes.
I'm knowing I know Gita. You don't know. I know. I am from the land of Gita.
Yes. But
there's always a problem with meeting those kind of Mr. Know-it-alls, like they're almost Bhagawan.
Thank you. Well,
sorry to be sarcastic.
No, you're not. No, that was a bit racial slug there. It was a little bit, but I think you were talking about Bangladeshis, yeah. So that's okay, isn't it? No, I have to wind up. Sorry, I cut off this end because it bleep it out. I wanted to make some jokes about Modi, but it's not legal. So.
Modi.
Yeah. Can he become an Acharya?
In our movement?
Yes.
He's a member of our movement.
Yes.
I don't think he can be an Acharya.
If he starts, if he becomes, let's say, if Modi joins and becomes an initiating guru, would you think he will eclipse Prabhupada?
Oh, well, if he's a true Vaishnav in our tradition,
yes,
he'll also offer that training. He'll give the first class ABCs.
Okay,
our
that's
Prabhupada
a good one. Well, maybe that's what the gurus should do.
Yeah.
They should give the seminar. Exactly. That's a good one. Because if they teach them, maybe I understand. Yeah, that's okay.
I'm not sure what goes on
I understand.
amongst my God brothers.
course.
I really don't know what's going on at
Yeah.
initiations.
Yes,
to be
of
honest
course.
with you.
You
But
are
I
not in GBC for almost a year, or
Yeah, it's 2000. I was 70
Yes.
when I
So you
joined.
retired, yes.
We're talking about 3 years ago. I submitted my letter
I understand.
saying that I need to make room for the next generation. They've got
That's-
better ideas. They got a lot of energy, and I want to retreat to doing the things that I'd like to do.
Yes.
And frankly, I think the movement can move at a more rapid pace if we do things differently.
Absolutely.
When it comes to the meetings,
Yes.
there has to be a lot more breakout sessions where people feel I can say something, I can air my issues, and instead of
Sitting
room
and
being
listening,
dominated
yes,
by
Three
three or
people.
four people.
Or
Yeah,
four.
yeah.
Those who
Four
can
if you're
talk
lucky.
forever.
And being in a room where the air is nice, and
Yes.
where you can see everybody,
Exactly,
and it's
yeah.
a little welcoming,
Exactly, yes.
and we're making hard decisions that impact the future. So
Yeah.
the
You want to have the atmosphere, right?
the atmosphere has to be
You
important.
probably don't know, but somebody told me, my Guru Maharaj told me that once, it was 79, there was an argument between two zonal, not acharyas, gurus, about who is going to take over a particular island near Spanish border. One was from Britain, that was Bhagavan. Okay, I didn't want to give away. And there was, one was, two gurus were arguing, no, it's going to be mine. It's going to be mine. Tenerife is mine. Tenerife is not. And there was so much argument that, you wouldn't expect it from a mild person like Satsvarupa Maharaj, but he took out a knife and he stuck it into the table and he said, stop it, stop. So the culture of GBC meetings improved dramatically.
After that knife went into the desk. Table.
Yeah, after the knife
From
in the
that point
desk,
on.
Yes, it was
Maybe that's the technique we should use.
But I'm just saying that it's improved dramatically.
Yeah.
It's such a nice generation of new kind of positive thinking, balanced devotees who are in GBC, so it's certainly helps.
I think we have amazing people. And it's nice that we can sit in a room and listen to each other.
Yes.
What needs to change is set up a structure where everyone feels they're valued.
Valid, yes.
Where they have a chance to say everything. Everyone has got a lot of experience now. Let them open up and make that arrangement where everyone has a chance to say.
Absolutely.
It's not a monopoly by a few.
Yes.
It's by a monopoly
And
by
that's
everyone.
that's actually also in terms of monopoly of not a few by many. Meaning that Prabhupada is in the center because of that. Because we listen to even those who are naturally humble, naturally quiet, and insightful, maybe not pushy. And that includes many, includes women, includes guru kulis. I think many kulis should be gurus. That's my opinion. So that would be... Anyway, that's just thank you so much for talking to us.